All right, guys, we're back with the man himself. So this is the first training session we're getting filmed of prep. It's going to be a little bit of delay, fucked up a little bit with videos, so it could be a little bit later than the week, but from now on we'll have a video every week, whether it's a vlog or Michael just making it look way better than that. So it's cool. Yeah, first session of kind of like your prep you're going to see. I'll run through kind of what the prep looks like throughout the session, but it'll just be like a super chilled workout. Well, not a chilled workout, but it'll be a chilled raw workout and legs on the table. So mixing things up a little bit today. I'm actually starting with calves now instead of finishing. I just think when it gets towards the end of the session, I think like you just don't put as much effort into calves. So I'm going to start with calves and then go on to the rest of the workout. Kind of do 3 sets on calves. I like to do a little bit higher reps on that first one, just to kind of get some blood in there. Then we'll go into a heavier set, and then kind of with calves to mix it up a little bit. Might do a drop set, might do a rest pause, see how I feel with it. On that last set, 2 sets, it was kind of like 15 to 20 reps on the first set, 10 to 15 on the second one, and then like a little drop set. Just like to add an intensifier on calves every now and then. All right, by now, you've pretty much seen all my training sessions. So generally like nothing fucking fancy is gonna happen over the next 17 weeks. Same training program, stay as strong as possible, get stronger if we can. That's it. That is going to be your biggest fat burner. So nothing changes. The only difference is when you go into prep, in a sense, we add in cardio, food comes down. Everything else should be exactly the same. Sleep, hydration, all that sort of stuff. You just get better at executing it throughout the process, really. And that's it. Nothing fancy. So prep started for me on Sunday. I think it was the 12th. That would have been 18 weeks out. So we're 18 weeks out from the IFBB show in Queensland, Australia. Why not do it in another country? So it's all good. But yeah, my food on training days is down by 1,000 calories. So I finished on like 4.4 thousand. I'm now on 3,600, so it's around 1,000 calories down. And then I think my training day food is down by about 600 calories. So initially I was like, oh, it fucking hit me. I was like, it's quite a big jump down. And then cardio, we have 25 minutes on every day except legs and on back and biceps, so pull. Just because those are the most demanding sessions. But eventually they'll be on every day and they'll be more than 25 minutes. My food will probably get down to about, I don't know, like you can't predict this. Cam will obviously do all this for me. I reckon anything from 1,500 to 1,800 calories I'll finish on a day. And cardio will probably be 50 minutes every day. But that's just kind of what I'm guessing off from the past as well. So we'll see. So with this one, with the adductor, I have it on both training sessions, which you've seen. Not this session, the other one. I have it on stretch, so I'll hold the stretch for 2 seconds. On this one, it's just continuous reps. I take it 2 sets till failure now because I maxed out the machine. I need to get a pin where you can add more weights on, and then I'll follow the set structure that I have. But for now, I'll just do 2 sets till failure. So as many controlled reps as possible, and that's it. For me, I just like to have my feet hanging over the edge, and this just forces me to pull in with my knees instead of my feet. It's a bit like when you're trying to doing chest exercises or even back. Think about when you're driving in with the chest, elbows coming together to get the best contraction, back, elbow coming in to get the best contraction, knees coming in, same concept. So it just gets that better connection into the adductors here. What I found actually, so I took 5 days off before this prep, and what I found is I've come back into obviously training in the prep, but I found that I've technically got better at a lot more exercises. So I've actually pulled off the weight on a lot of stuff, which sometimes you need to do. You need to progress with the weight, relearn the technique, and then pull it back down again. So yeah, so technically, am I as strong as I was before? No, but am I technically better? Yes. So run that technique with strength and you're good. Probably just 2 like feeder sets on here, not really warm-up sets, like 4 reps roughly, just to gauge the weight, see how my hamstrings are feeling. And then we'll do our working weights. And then we'll go into the horrible movements. There's a really good quote. It's like, if you met me 6 months ago, you don't know me today. And I was talking on, said it on my stories this morning, and I need to change the quote to, if you met me 6 weeks ago, you don't know me today. So it's so true, like we forget, we constantly hunt for this fucking perfect or this goal, and it's never gonna happen. So this is the biggest thing I'm doing with this prep, is just to enjoy every rep, every training session, every day. And because for so long I was living for the fucking future or worrying about what's next, instead of just being so happy with the now and enjoying the process of getting better. So here's to those 1%. This movement does take my soul a little bit, but it's good. We'll do about 3 kind of feeder sets. We don't need to warm up anymore, because literally we've done adductors, hamstring curls, we're warm, legs are warm. So we're just kind of build into this up to the working weight. And yeah, that's it, headphones in and just move it. What I like about this movement is that obviously it's a machine, so you don't need to stabilize in a sense. When you're using a barbell squat, there's so much mechanics going on, and it's so demanding, stabilizing, things like that. So for me, my mission is just to build muscle. So if we can isolate that and take as much or stabilize the movement as much as possible through a machine, I'll always do it. So literally all I have to focus on here is the squat itself. Don't have to worry about walking a bar out, balancing it, anything like that. I just focus on squatting down, getting it back up again. But you need a good song. Shuffle, let's hope for the best. Not bad, I'll take that. Could have been S Club 7 for my shuffle. I used to lift heavier on that, but the way that I lift it now, so much better. You can feel just everything, and that's what it's about. Like now, it's like, oh, woo. Right, leg press. Rest as long as you need to. I'll take a nice bit before we go into this. It's a common thing like people do. They'll finish an exercise, move on to the next. When like if you're training legs, like give it all time to like relax, recover, let them feel fresh before going into another movement. Because otherwise, you just won't perform the same. So it's not worth it. It's the last big movement, I guess your compound movement. We obviously had our calf raises, adductors, hamstring curls, squat, another squat variation, leg press, and then we've just got literally 2 other exercises and that's it. So I think together it'll be 2, 4, 6, probably about like 10 working sets in total. I found it's a hard thing to teach is intensity. It's a really, really hard thing to teach. This is why training with people that are better than you is the best thing, because then you get to learn, like, that's what training is like. And I think that's the nice thing I've always had, is that I've always trained with people that are better than me or can really push me. So I know where that limit is, and if I don't get there myself, I know that I'm just doing myself a disservice, really. But it's a very, very hard thing to teach intensity, and that's something that I'm working on as a coach, to how can I portray that better and better to clients and things like that. So, and this is why filming's good. It's like, because you get to see it, you get to visually see every rep. And that's why filming your exercises, sending it to a coach or looking back at it yourself is so important. 2 more exercises in and we're done. Just isolation work now. 5 days into training or prep, and I'm like, I miss sushi. I want a donut. Not that I had it off, it's just when you can't have it, you want it more. Someone said to me, oh, they look like hickeys. And I was like, you know what a hickey is? Do you know what a hickey is? Yeah, someone thought that was a hickey. I was like, what sort of mouth looks like that? Like a fucking circle like that. I was like, no. You'd be so petrified at the person that left that on you. The single leg extensions, we're just doing 1 set of 10 to 12s, and then we're just gonna do a double rest pause. 10 seconds rep till failure, 10 seconds rep till failure. Same on this leg, hamstring curls, and we out. Good one with like when you're doing unilateral work. So for me, personally, I like to start on my weaker leg, or vice versa, weaker arm, weaker kind of like engagement to the lat, whatever it may be. So for me, I'm a bit weird, I'm ambidextrous. So if I play football, I'll kick with my left, but I right with my right. But my right leg is technically my weaker leg, or my less dominant, so I'll start with this one. And a good one when you're kind of doing like single leg stuff as well. Don't be afraid to kind of like sit like this. Don't worry about that. For me, I like to twist my hip into it so I can really just focus on this leg, because you got to think both hip joints potentially are different. So one hip joint might like sit like this, the other one might have more mobility. So sit wherever feels comfortable. I kind of just like to roll into it, go where it feels comfortable. It's good. Me and Michael were just saying, like, a lot of the guys that Michael films, and like I guess even Cam, like the people that we surround ourselves with here, cramp. The people that we surround ourselves in here are honestly like some of the best in the world at what we do. And it's so easy to get caught up thinking, like we were just saying, like, fuck, they're the same age as me, or like a year older than me. Guys, don't fucking worry. Like, you gotta think, if your goal is to get somewhere, it doesn't matter if you get there next week, next month, 2 years time, 3 years time. If you keep working every day, you will get there regardless. Some people just achieve shit quicker, and that doesn't matter, because honestly, they think exactly the same as what we do. They think, oh my God, like they're comparing themselves to someone now and then, but don't do it. Just stay true to your own chapters in your own book, and that's it. Just try and be a little bit better every day. If it's the last set on something, or potentially you've got like an intensifier, whether it's drop sets or rest pauses, on that last set, don't be afraid to like partial rep till the end. So even if you're doing a quad extension and you're just getting this little bit, it doesn't matter, the quad's still under tension. So if you can get those little reps or those partials out, it's still tension on the quad. So Squeeze out those little cheat reps, those partial reps where you can. First leg day of prep done. Compare this session to my last leg session of prep will be interesting. But it's good. I made it the mission to obviously document as much as possible, the highs, the lows, and that'll be obviously the benefit of vlogging as well, is because vlogging you get to see a bit more like behind the scenes sometimes. But anything training related, Michael will be doing and things like that, so it'll be good, But that's it. Nothing crazy to report. Obviously, the nice thing about prep is that there's things changing quite often. So there's a little bit more to talk about. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That's it, we just gotta bring our best and enjoy every second of it. So here's the next 17 weeks. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you in the next one.